Bitcoin could surge too. Winter could last for years when the bubble bursts. Bitcoin is currently in a bull market. Could surge to as high as based on historical patterns. Could see a drastic decline in the subsequent. Still, he predicted that. Is currently in a bull market. Could surge to as high as. Based on historical patterns. With the cryptocurrency breaking multiple record levels this year. Warned that the bubble will burst after peaking. It can last from 2 to 3 years. 2-3. He clarified that he was not sure if history would repeat itself. Nodes are computers on Bitcoin's network that work to verify transactions and avoid the cryptocurrency from being spent twice. Musk embraces Bitcoin. Tesla's image as an environmentally friendly car company sits at odds with the Bitcoin network's colossal carbon footprint. Published in Nature, arguably the most prestigious academic journal in the world, has been tweeting about. Tesla's share price is now directly tied to the value of Bitcoin. It comes with added risk. Have seen huge gains over the last. Some investors, however, are convinced that Tesla and Bitcoin are both in bubble territory. He's short on Musk's firm, meaning he will profit if the value of Tesla's stock falls. Announced last month it had begun. From what we've seen, this is one of. To make the shift to electric vehicles. Often been criticized for being too simplistic. To explore possibilities for the future force. During an upcoming exercise exploring possibilities for future naval warfare. It is imperative that we understand. Will incorporate many unmanned capabilities, as well as an anti-submarine warfare asset. What we learn from this event will provide pertinent and timely input to. The Navy has shown increasing interest in unmanned systems, which are expected to be a critical part of the future fleet. It remains to be seen if such a force will become reality, but the interest in using unmanned systems to augment the force is there. Is an opportunity to explore some potential options for. Amid uncertainty about the role the advanced vessels might play in combat. Forced the Navy to re-evaluate the combat system. More recently, there have been discussions about. Might have just stumbled upon a new kind of. They disintegrate into muons and electrons at an uneven rate, puzzling experts. Which would mean a whole new area of physics. The secret lies in an elusive, unstable particle called. Let's nerd out together. Since the particles break apart into different amounts of electrons and muons than the standard model of physics predicts they should. Tantalizing tensions. Since the particles break apart into different amounts of electrons and muons than the standard model of physics predicts they should. Scientists have noticed several anomalies in. And the ones observed here are some of the most unusual. This is where the difference emerged. What could account for the discrepancy? The lack of a clear explanation is exactly why this news is so exciting. Is well positioned to continue to. Start running new versions of the experiment. A huge container ship accidentally blocked the Suez Canal, one of the world's most important shipping lanes. Has caused a massive logjam in one of the world's most important trade routes. Stuck in the middle of the Suez Canal. One of the most important shipping routes in the world, the Suez Canal. Caused a transcontinental logjam in the Egyptian waterway, which directly connects Europe to Asia. Tugboats and excavation equipment were working to free the ship, officials said. Said that wind conditions were complicating efforts to free the vessel. So far, no progress has been made. Is headed for Rotterdam, Netherlands. According to the ship tracking site Vessel Finder. Vessel Finder ended up perpendicular to the canal, blocking hundreds of cargo ships from both sides. The Suez Canal was constructed in 1869 to connect the Mediterranean and Red Seas. 1869. It allows for the shortest possible trade route by water between Europe and Asia. Renovation of the canal to attract more business and allow for smoother sailing. Shows the tiny excavator used earlier to try to unwedge the ship. Recently revealed their progress on. With two counter-rotating rotors. Takes a very different approach from. Resembles a traditional aircraft. With an engine on each wing. Those engines provide thrust, the wing gives it lift, and the plane takes off. If the prop blades were perpendicular to the ground, it would fly forward like an airplane. Take off or land vertically, like a helicopter. All it would take is adjusting those spinning blades to be more or less parallel to the ground. When it's taking off, the two rotors are in a position that makes the craft resemble a helicopter. It's an old-fashioned idea that dates back to the first half of the 20th century. 20. They were long ago referred to as. This new craft is a successor to. It's easy to imagine how catastrophic it would be if. Also developed a controversial reputation when it came to safety. Had to define a radically different way of. Have safety challenges. There was an incredibly thorough scrub done on it. There's a sizable difference between